Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Dog Talk Sports. More importantly, the Dirty Dog edition with your boy, Ray Tremor.
What's up?
How we doing there, sir?
Oh, some technical difficulties to start this off. It's late at night. It's just the Dirty Dogs. Let's get down to business.
It's not going to be a marathon episode this week, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to be quick hits, bangers, and get in and get out.
It's like Xavier Worthy at the Combine. We're gonna set some records tonight.
Blazing. So,
and lastly, to note, there will be a 0.01% topic conversation of the Minnesota Vikings this week. Lock it.
Hate to see that.
Yeah, love to see it.
Anyway.
No Joe Burrow slander, no Dak Prescott slander. It's going to be beautiful.
No Derek Carr slander on this episode whatsoever.
Zero. Goose egg. We do not allow it. It is unwelcome here.
It is unwelcome. Before I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
As always, got to talk about our boys.
But before we get into that, I want to jump into football real quick, and then we'll bounce back out of it. I figure it's only time right now to just start it off with, we're going to hold a moment of silence.
Moment.
We're going to raise number 17 to the rafters of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Might be the last time you can ever hold that jersey with him being on your team.
Wide receiver graveyard. Repping him out. So moments passed. All right, now before we do the damn thing, let's kick into a little baseball talk here. Let's talk some motherfucking playoffs.
It's October 3rd, and the Yankees are resting, not for off-season reasons.
No, because guess what? We've made the playoffs. We clinched early. First place, AL East.
You love to see it.
Number one seed in the American League. Now, I don't have a Bible with me, but we will pretend.
I don't own a Bible or have one anywhere near me at any time.
We will not blaspheme, but I will hold my hand down. The Lord as my witness. I said it from the beginning, baby. We were going to the playoffs, and we're going to make a run. There's other people on this podcast that have not shared that same sentiment and have chosen violence and ill will and
bad intent.
And I'm not here for it, baby.
So we do have a prepared statement from our host.
Yeah. Yes. Conspicuous by their absence, Zach and Dano are both busy with other obligations, could not make it this evening. So we will, we're carrying the load tonight.
As always, the boys are here.
In a prepared statement, Zachary.
Do you want to read this? Are you going to be able to get through this?
I took a glance at this prepared statement, and I love Zach, but I'm not here for the negativity train. I'm going to let you the win, and
this is what teamwork looks like. This is what years and years and years of love between two men will create.
A thing of beauty. So I will let you handle the prepared statement.
In a prepared statement from our fearless leader, Zachary, Yankees. The AL is wide open, with Detroit eliminating Houston, and also, because this was written last night, post this being written, the Kansas City Royals have eliminated Baltimore. So I will adjust his statement on the fly. Both boogeymen are now gone. There are, in large, bold letters, No more excuses. They are healthy for the most part. I don't want to hear they got beat by a hot team like the Tigers. You are the best team in the AL. Judge, Soto, Cole, get it done. Take care of business. Because if not this year, then what? Or then when? End of statement. I got to agree with him.
It's not as scathing as I imagined it to be.
But when you think about how he wrote it in his little demeanor,
it was negativity all over it.
oozing.
Just oozing. For such a nice gentleman, he is one angry individual. Yes, Zach, I am talking directly to you right now.
And for all the hate, when we're standing in the Canyon of Heroes getting paper rained down upon us, he'll be there.
But you know what? I will not let him enjoy it as much as I'm going to enjoy it.
Fair statement.
I have been riding with this team, even when we were down, even when we were on a losing streak.
Yep.
I said it. And guess what? I don't give a fuck what the New York Mets are doing right now. Also, Polar Bear just hit a go-ahead 3-run bomb. The Mets are still making a playoff push right now. I don't give a fuck about that. Juan Soto is going to be in pinstripes in the Bronx next year, when we have our ring ceremony for number 28. It's a done deal. Lock it down.
The Mets have officially won right now.
Congratulations to them. Good. Maybe it'll be a Subway series. That would be awesome.
I have money on Yankees Phillies World Series, so I kind of need that to happen.
I have money on Yankees Padres in the World Series, and you heard it first on this podcast. Last episode, I said this.
Yes, you did.
With that being said, I think Luke Weaver, put him in as the closer. I feel like we got our legs under us. Get a little bit healthy. We lost Rizzo. It's all right. It'll be all right. But yeah, first game, 6:30 Saturday evening in the Bronx. When Judge hits that, he hits that fucking first inning bomb. That's gonna hit like crack.
Yep.
I think we sweep the Royals.
I mean, I would love for that. I think they're riding a high.
They're about to get smacked in the mouth.
Yeah. I mean, come to New York for playoff baseball. You're talking a different animal. I mean, that's a ferocious, just a hard place to play. And Bobby Witt, cool, but Coltrane on the mound, Judge and Soto, like. I just hope the boys are rested up, and I hope they're fucking playing hard, and I hope they don't come out a little.
Juan Soto already has a World Series championship. He is used to this. Before. He's been there before. Big G, if he's not in the starting lineup, I'm gonna kick Boone in the balls because Big G is a playoff smasher. Yeah,
I will say when it comes to Boone, no matter what, it's World Series or bust. And if you don't, it's time for a new coach. I am all. It's either win and keep your job or get out of town. That's my only excuse, and it's not an excuse for the Yankees. My only Yankee critique is coaching made this harder than it should have been. So if you can't win it, get out.
Yeah, coaching made our fucking GM made it harder too. We should have another starter. We should have another closer. We should have had all these things.
Yeah.
I mean, adding Chisholm at the break was awesome. That was a shot of life for us.
Yeah, and it's funny to see like all these big pieces that we were all mad about. Like Josh Hader blew that game. Corbin Burns pitched
This
great,
year.
but
This
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So we got what we got. Now
We're here. That's it. This is nut up or shut up.
It's October baseball, baby. There's nothing better.
What we talked about.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's keep this train rolling.
Let's roll right on in. We're gonna go over week 4. Week 4 NFL matchups. See what it was. Throw our 2 cents in. Keep the show rolling. We'll hammer out this week, and we'll send you home happy, people. So kick it off. Thursday night football. Woof. The Dallas Cowboys and the G-Men.
What a trash game that was. All right, so I'll start this off with
the Cowboys gave the Giants every opportunity in the world to steal this game.
So in a prepared statement from Zachary, the Giants had every opportunity to beat Dallas. They were able to move the ball up and down the field with ease, even with no running game. Just couldn't finish drive. Malik Neighbors is already a top 5 wide receiver in this league, even with Dan Jones. Dallas has fallen off big time. They are Dak and the CD show, and that's about it. Questionable calls aside, the difference in the talent between the two teams isn't as large as it used to be. The foundation and bones of a contender are there. They need a new quarterback that can stretch the field. If the Giants had a QB, they would win 9 games this season. The QB they draft will be a solid situation to grow and develop. Hopefully, Dable stays and can groom a guy. Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Zach is saying there. You know, Neighbors is great. There is bones. Like, the bones are there, the foundation's there, but the Giants still fucking suck, right? And they're gonna suck this year. I don't.
Be honest.
And like I said last week, and I stand by it, I will hate this team until Dan Jones is no longer slinging the rock, all right, in a blue uniform, right? Go ride some fucking pine and get the fuck out of town, right? You don't belong in New York, right? Go pull a Sam Darnold. Go to Minnesota where you could live a nice little country bumpkin life and redefine your career. Or go down to Florida like Baker did, right? You ain't making it in New York. You just ain't making it. So get out of town.
Sometimes you need.
Yeah, you sometimes you need that, right? I do agree that Neighbors is a top 5 guy. I don't think he's top 5 in the league right now. He's just too raw. I mean, he's gonna develop, right? He has everything. The catches he's making already are spectacular. He's just a natural talent, but he's raw. He's gonna develop. It's gonna get there. Dallas, yeah. I mean, I still think Dak is a top 5 quarterback in this league. I don't care what anyone else says, like the crazy Viking fan from last week. It's just not it's not crazy to say that Dak is a top 5 quarterback and on any given day can win or lose you a game. But that's what top guys do. They're either going to win you a game or not play good enough to lose you a game. CD. You know, he's a top 3 receiver in this league, and he is he deserves all the money he's going to getting. It's his world. We're just living in it. Dallas is plagued by Jerry Jones and bad coaching. They need a new coach. They need to get some new talent in there. They've let too many guys go. I mean, when Brandon Cooks is your 2, what are you really doing? Rico Dowdle is not the guy. Deuce Vaughn's not the guy. Zeke was never the guy, and you brought him back for a second stint. So this is crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, both teams. Listen, it's Washington. The NFC East is led by Washington, and this race. And I can't believe I'm saying this in week 5 of the NFL. Washington is going to blow the doors off the rest of the NFC East and just cruise past everybody. It's their division to lose. I'll get to the other team.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'll get to the other team when that time comes. But the Giants and the Cowboys, if the Cowboys can pull it together, they might be able to compete with Washington for a little bit. But the Giants are bottom feeders, and they will be bottom feeders for the rest of the year. Boom.
Yeah, I agree with you all the way around on that. I think the Cowboys, Jerry Jones is their biggest enemy. Like, he gets in their own way. There's no reason why, and I said this last week, that Derrick Henry is not the running back of the Dallas Cowboys. That team would be elite. elite. Now, we had our moment of silence for Devontae Adams. Jerry Jones should be picking up the phone right now. You need a number 2 for Devontae? Fuck yeah. Here you go. Here's a 2.
Yeah.
Here's a 2 and here's Zeke.
Yeah.
Go. There you go. That's what needs to be done right now.
Who's the Cowboys backup quarterback? Throw him in the deal too.
Oh, they got the fucking kid from San Fran, the young kid.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Here you go.
Whatever. Not kick the wheels on him. I'm Las Vegas. Fuck it. But yeah, and the Giants, yeah, Dan Jones, you're gone. Malik Neighbors, you're a special talent. You're the reason why the Giants may win 3 games this year. But yeah, I think I quarterback. It's a quarterback driven league, and without the right pieces, you're not going far. So that's my piece on the Giants. But yeah, shame on the Cowboys for keeping the G-men in this one. On to the next one. The Atlanta Falcons eke out a win against New Orleans. Kirk Chains, Atlanta swag dog swinging, the Falcon Dirty Bird. Got it done. There will be no Derek Carr slander. Neither quarterback looked great. It was not a pretty day. I think, pretty sure Kamara scored. I don't know. My biggest takeaway is Bijan Robinson. I expected so much more from him. And
also we haven't been tonight too.
We haven't been given that. And Tyler Algier is just making a case why he's honestly been the better back this from the carries and the bulk that they've gotten. I feel like he's made the most of those touches.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Even tonight, Bijan is non-existent. He's got 4 points in fantasy. He's really done nothing, and it's an offensive explosion. So something is going on. Whether Bijan's just not that good or he's not being used properly. Maybe he's hurt. I don't know.
But yeah, and we said this last year. Like, you're not using Bijan properly, but I mean, you changed your.
Here we are again.
And we're still talking about it. Like, he just doesn't have that explosiveness that he had at Texas. And I don't know if that's just.
I mean, it's probably a system too. Like, top people go to shitty teams.
Like,
he's on the Falcons with a shit O-line.
That's I don't know if it's a product of he had college explosiveness and then it got over to the NFL and everyone's a step higher.
Let's be real. That Texas O-line is stout.
Yeah. So I think Kirk Cousins, I mean, we're, again, another Thursday night live stream right now for those watching at home. We're watching the Falcons and the Bucks just put on a master class of offense right now. It's just back and forth. Kirk Cousins, I think, is starting to click into gear right now, find his stride. I think it took a couple games getting back from the Achilles.
He's got his feet back under him, literally.
I think the Falcons could be poised to make a move. But Baker Mayfield, man, this kid. Oh boy, technical difficulties. Oh boy, technical difficulties over Baker Mayfield. He's just not afraid to just sling the rock.
Yeah, he's feeling himself this year, man. He's doing some pretty awesome shit. And he's not going down quietly. He's like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Makes me happy that he is. It's like the ultimate go fuck yourself, Cleveland. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
we're gonna go get the asshole toucher and
you
pay him.
replaced Tom Brady, and you're arguably a more offensive explosion than Tom.
Did you? So speaking of Tom Brady, they did something on the broadcast when Tom Brady was broadcast, and they did a Baker quote, and it was like, yeah, I can't. They brought me in here because people want to have more fun or something like that, and Tom Brady was like, what, winning championships isn't fun? And I was like,
damn,
very awesome comeback.
Yeah, but Baker's like that cool cousin that's like closer to your age, like he parties a little bit, sneaks you some booze. Tom is that like older uncle who is like always cool, like bought you some cool shit. But when that cool cousin's around, that old uncle just doesn't not as fun.
Yeah. Great analogy.
Yeah, like great. He's got like the Cadillac Escalade outside, the old uncle, but the cool cousin's got the Jeep Wrangler with the doors off. Like, no, I want to ride in.
Yeah. Put a little wind in the hair right there. Yeah, Falcons, they got it done. They're behind right now, but we'll see what Kirk Cousins can get done. And oh man, he
just got a sack.
Just gotta believe it. Anyway, on to the next one. The Houston. No. On to the next one. The Chicago Bears eke out a victory against the Los Angeles Rams.
Bears talk about Kyren Williams. Shout out to my dude. Just willing the Los Angeles Rams to relevance. Ooh, I'm sorry about that.
Touchdown machine.
He's the CMC of this year. Anytime Tud.
Automatic.
Yeah. Anytime Tud. Just lock it in.
Guess what? On my parlay bet slip, Kyren Williams is there. Check that off. Yep. We're going to check it off right now. I know we don't. I mean, the Bears got one on the Rams, a depleted Rams team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done with Bears. Like, all of a sudden, these Bear fans that popped up out of somewhere, like, the only Bears fans I knew existed was Zach's friend, Nikasi, right? Like, he's the only dude I knew was, like, an actual Bears fan. So, shout out to him. But the rest of you frauds riding this Caleb train, get out, like, goodbye. Get out of my face. Like, Caleb sucks, right? His skill set does not translate to the NFL, and it's clear as day. But, I said this weeks ago, he's going to get exposed, and he's getting exposed. You're proud of beating this Rams team that is depleted. It's Matt Stafford and Kyren Williams, and that's it. Tutu Atwell is out there as a wide receiver 4, playing as a 1, fighting for his fucking life out there. He's out there every week. Like,
that's like me and you right there. Quick, right? Run a 10-yard out.
Yeah.
Run a 7-yard hitch.
Me? Bro, if I'm Tutu Atwell, I'm kicking down the door to the GM office, and I'm going, yo, you got any more of them picks left? Because fuck them picks. Go get Devontae. Send him over here. Because I need help. I need help out here.
The Rams. I didn't even.
I mean, listen, I'm not getting paid millions to do it, but I'm not saying I couldn't do it.
I would take league minimum to jog out there and run 5-yard slants and hope to God my neck doesn't get broken.
Call me Ray Papali, right? I'll go out there. And you need to do a hitch route.
I'm wearing the foam dome, baby.
Yeah, I'm guardian cap all day. This I'm like Tua. I'm like Tua, bro. One hit and I'm fucking.
Yeah, I'm doing the thriller line.
You'll wheel me out. They'll be carting my ass off in no time. But yeah, I mean, listen, the Bears O-line is trash. Caleb's skill set does not translate over.
And Gary Swift, there looks like there's a pulse right now. He's starting to come to life. They're using him a little bit more.
It's the defense. The defense is keeping the Bears in relevancy, and they're going to win them games. but they're not even that good either. Like it's just this team is beating lower than mediocre teams and staying relevant. Anytime they match up against a top 15 team, they're hitting a buzzsaw and they're going to get fucking decimated. It's going to continue to happen. To me, I'm written that like I'm not even concerned about the Bears. You had me on Hard Knocks, like every year you catch the Hard Knocks bug, and I'm like, oh, I'm in. But now I got to the boat and I went, this is dog shit. Get me off this.
Shout out to the producers of Hard Knocks, because when the Raiders had Hard Knocks, I was so locked into it. Was
Give
like
me one time.
Knock on wood if you're with me. Bam! I was fucking knocking on wood.
Check out Luda.
Those chops. My man's got mutton chops for days.
The definition of a dirty bird.
He is the dirty bird. But yeah, we had the guy named Keelan Doss. He was like a 5th, 6th wide receiver.
Yes.
And Hard Knocks made it seem like this guy.
He was the future. Everybody drafted him.
I bought in so hard. Cut. Didn't even make the team. Just, yeah. Hard Knocks, shout out to you. Shout out to our next team that we're going to talk about. Shout out to the resurrection of Sam Darnold. Oh.
Remember, I said 0.01% on the Vikings, so.
He has risen from the dead, and my question was answered. Does Justin Jefferson level up a quarterback that was mediocre? The answer is, oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, brother.
So you want to know the beautiful thing about a zombie? You get to see him die twice. What's happening is Sam Darnold is fresh. He's eating zombie brains, and he's just using Justin Jefferson and just doing the damn thing. And good for him. Good for you. But guess what? You're still Sam Darnold. You still see ghosts. You're still gonna come crashing back down to earth.
Not a believer.
Yeah. You know who's better than Sam Darnold? Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, we know these things. We're not.
Not
by no means am my hype of the resurrection of Sam Darnold. Am I throwing him in that stratosphere of upper echelon top 10 quarterbacks? What I am doing is saying, Sam Darnold, just heave it out to Justin Jefferson, and they haven't suspended Jordan Addison, so sling the rock to him. And by the way, TJ Hawkinson's coming back.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, you saved my fantasy football season, because this guy next to me was like, what the fuck are you doing right now? Trading Kirk Cousins, who was on a gimp Achilles, for Sam Darnold. And you know what?
I was wrong. You heard it here.
Fucking Baker Mayfield running like Derrick Henry out there right now. But yeah, Minnesota, QB whisperer out there in Minnesota. That game though, Minnesota blowing them off, and then Jordan Love was like, I could fucking sling.
Yeah.
I could sling with JV Pop Warner practice squad wide receivers. I'll fucking throw it. Made it a game. Came down 31-29. I didn't think I'd be saying this, but Minnesota's going to win that division.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with all that. I think it's easily said that they're primed to win that division. It's theirs to lose.
Yeah, who's the head coach there?
It's a young cat.
Is
it Kevin O'Connell?
It is O'Connell. Yeah, he is. I mean, Kirk Cousins looked amazing in that offense. He's just a QB whisperer. So
Yeah. He gets the most out of his guys, man.
takes. So now going back to the quarterback that was supposed to be there, JJ McCarthy. I'm interested now to see
What you can bring out of him.
what the young blood looks like under this guy.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, it sucks that he got hurt. But at the same time, now you get a year to kind of sit back, watch, develop, learn the playbook, learn the system. Like, in all honesty, it's like a redshirt year. It
It
not
could be
a
the
terrible
best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah, I gotta say it's not. If I'm a Vikings fan, and I hate to admit this, I'm pretty content with how life's looking right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get in depth into this Minnesota thing because
We talked about it for 2 hours last week.
we went into it last week. Shout out. But yeah, Minnesota, real deal. We'll give them a little more run next week. We'll see what this week brings out when they go to the pond, and they're in London for the 9:30 a.m. Eastern game.
London,
8:30 a.m. Texas time. Yeehaw! Gonna have that Texas toast. Shoot off your 6-shooter. Bam, bam. Breakfast pop, and then watch some football. Dano needs a revolver now. We need to get him a revolver and just. And we carry on. Upset alert. Indianapolis.
yikes.
Over the Schittsburg Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, this was crazy. You lose Anthony Richardson, which, again, ends up being a blessing in disguise because old Joe Flacco puts his beard down, pops his helmet on, and goes, "Hey, young bloods, check this shit out."
Check this shit out. This is what a quarterback does.
Yeah.
Throws the ball.
All these old heads do. I mean, look at the NFL we're living in right now, right? Andy Dalton comes off the bench and looks invigorating, slinging it.
Fuck him. He has an immaculate head of hair for an orange dude, though.
How do you think I feel about it? All right. You have Joe Flacco, who comes in relief of Anthony Richardson and just has a day slinging it.
Dude,
Baker's out here
talk
slinging.
about Michael Pittman Jr. being on the milk carton. Flacco came out.
Flacco was like, "Hey, Pitt,
arm and was like,
come on, kid,
go run around."
Yeah, I see this. I'm gonna get this to you.
Yeah. Jesus,
And it goes to show you that with Pittsburgh, as good as Pittsburgh is, as good as that defense is, a veteran quarterback will figure you out. Joe Flacco played in Baltimore those years. He knows how to beat that defense. Maybe it's the perfect scheme. Maybe it's the perfect scenario, but your defense can only win you so much, right?
Yeah. Well,
defense.
Like you said, Flacco, veteran presence. Tomlin preparing for Anthony Richardson to just exploit the shit out of his noodle arm, and was not prepared for old man Flacco to come heaving hay, just balling out. Yeah, I don't know if Anthony Richardson's playing this week. I know Jonathan Taylor sprained ankle, did not finish that game. That could be detrimental, especially to my fantasy football team. Pittsburgh, Najee Harris is going to be hammering the rock. Jalen Warren's hurt. They have no other running backs. Expect a 30-carry game this week out of.
But it is Najee, right? It's Najee Harris. So expect 30 carries for 40 yards.
Yeah, I was getting there. Yeah. 40, maybe one tutty at the goal line. Yeah. If not, getting stuffed 4 consecutive times.
Yeah, he probably breaks one in garbage time when defense is playing prevent cover, and he gets like a fucking 12-yard scamper for a touchdown and celebrates being down by 3 scores. Like, that's Najee Harris in a fucking salad bowl there.
All right. And next, to the biggest disappointment of the week, the shit-tacular bowl that took place over in fucking MetLife Stadium.
Ugh.
What a bad week for MetLife Stadium football. Not a single touchdown scored by the home team. That's a real... In 2 games at home this week, not one touchdown was scored by either home team.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. It's MetLife, man. It's just shit. I think we have a prepared statement.
And with former Giants fan, newly Jets supporter, how do you feel about JetLife Stadium?
I will comment.
The tarmac.
I will comment on JetLife in a moment. In a prepared statement from Zach. Like Dan said, that loss was abominable. Devontae Adams will help if they could pull it off, but I don't know if that solves all the team's issues. Robert Saleh has proven time and time again he's over his tenure as head coach of the New York Jets, and that he is nothing more than a good DC. He is not a head coach that can lead a team to a Super Bowl. Hackett's offense is worthless, even with Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully, Adams can shake things up and be more creative until I see it, and Jets fans would probably agree, they will not contend for a Super Bowl. We do not have a prepared statement from the Jet fan, Dan DePietro. So the fill-in, this guy.
All right, resident Jet fan or Jet supporter, not fan, supporter. You wore your Aaron Rodgers jersey 2 weeks ago.
I did.
You banged it on Jet Life, Jet the fuck up.
Yeah. So I think the problem was, so I did. I wore that. And the results proved massive win.
Oh, you did it. You didn't wear it last week.
No. This Sunday, I was in my beautiful white tiger striped
Joe
Burrow. And guess what?
We're going to, right now, Dano right now is going to have to fashion you some sort of half jersey with the Bengal Jet.
Yeah. Get the sewing seamstress.
Rogers, perhaps.
Oh. I can only provide my talents to so much. The heater and support can only continue for so much.
For those that are not watching and are listening, I just did a spit take on that one.
No, there was an actual
that got me right there. Yeah. I hate to break it. I don't think Devontae is going to the Jets either. So what was my bet? The bet was that he was traded to the Jets or just traded in general?
I think traded to the Jets was your beer bet with Nick.
Okay.
Oh, Bijan doing Bijan things.
All right. Well, I need him to score a tutty. Anyways, yeah. I kind of think Devontae is a saint.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. For me, it's just that, listen, the Jets have a lot of mouths to feed. You have Garrett Wilson, you have Mike Williams, you have Breece Hall, you have Brandon Allen.
Breece Hall, what a fucking letdown.
I'll get to him in a second. But like for me, where does Devontae fit in that scheme? Yeah, like where does Devontae fit in this scheme of wide receivers? Like you have a better.
I'm saying I know Rodgers hypes up Garrett Wilson, but they do not click on the same fucking page.
No, they're not. They're it's clear as day. They're not connected.
So listen, who knows? Maybe Garrett Wilson goes in that trade. If the Raiders
that'd be no way.
Like if the Raiders
they would burn They would burn down MetLife. I'm sorry. It burned down MetLife. Like Garrett Wilson is better than Devontae Adams right now. He's got more tread on the tire. Like,
You know what? This offense is built around one man,
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. They had Randall fucking Cobb out on that field last season.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see it happening. I mean, I love for it to happen, but excuse me. I just don't see it. I mean, I think a better way to fucking win a game is to maybe not have Brees Hall, your bell cow, block every play and then feed Braylon Allen over and over and over. Like Braylon Allen's cool, but he's your number 2 running back, right? Like get Brees involved. If he's slow and they're like, I know all the real Jets fans are gonna be like, oh, he was inconsistent, he wasn't getting anything going. I've heard it all. Well, yeah, he doesn't get the tud on the first down. So on second and third, you go to Braylon Allen. How about you give the Brock back to Brees and say, get it back in there?
Yeah.
You're giving him one shot per 4 downs. Like he was blocking most of the time. Like that guy shouldn't be out there blocking. You have a goddamn Great Wall of China in Braylon Allen. Like let him block for you. I don't know. Yeah. I just don't. I don't think. I think there is a little bit of turmoil. I think you have a big week going across the pond. It's going to be a home game for you there because they love New York sports in England. We're the closest thing to them.
Aaron Rodgers he's one of those types that transcends the sport a little bit. So
yeah, he's also going to transcend his brain on the flight over. He's going to be ayahuasca'd out just finding his zen. So
maybe he hasn't come down yet. Maybe he's still looking for his zen.
Yeah, maybe he was a little stoned out there on Sunday. It was just like, oh man, I gotta play football today.
I will say he looks 41 years old.
Yeah, he has his moments where he looks old.
And I think like all the arm talent in the world can't stop that.
No.
And that is like a big thing. Like if I had any windows right now, I would open them up and start to close it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because his window, get in there, you fuck.
No, I think that's fair. I think listen, it's not wide open anymore. You're up there. You are possibly the oldest quarterback playing in the league right now. Time's not on your side.
I can't wait to get Dan back on here so we can get Dan's thoughts because Dan just brings that intensity and he's gonna hit it with.
The only thing he gets passionate about is the Jets.
I don't give a fuck about this. They should be doing this, that, fuck Saleh, and the other thing like that.
Yeah, I mean to wrap it up for me, I think Saleh is the problem. I think you have a coach who's a beta male with a player coach in Aaron Rodgers who's an alpha male trying to run this team, and they're clearly clashing. Play calling is not in Aaron's favor. It's just all over the place. It's inconsistent. It's gross. So yeah, I think something's got to give, and it's got to give soon, or else this team is wasted talent.
Agreed. Let's move it on from that shit matchup. We didn't even talk about Denver. It's just no, not tonight.
Bo, no.
Thank you. And next, how about the biggest bust of the year, Jalen Hurts?
All right. I'll say it. You were right. Michael Rizzo, the Philadelphia fan. Here's my formal apology. You were right. Turnover machine. Jalen. I think Jalen needs to ride some pine because Jalen needs to ride some pine because it's just not. He's not having. It's not it. Whatever happened at the end of last year, like whether he got his bell rung. Was that another Mooney touchdown?
Fuck you, Mooney. Jesus.
Fuck.
They don't use Bijan inside the fucking 10-yard line.
It's crazy.
This
game though is awesome.
Fuck the Falcons and their play calling. All right, continue.
Yeah, so it's just all bad. Like that, Jason Kelce was clearly the glue that held that team together, and now they are just falling apart at the seams. Dallas Goedert is your only real weapon. AJ Brown's out, Devontae Smith is out, and because of Nick Sirianni and just dog shit play calling, Devontae is even hurt. So, yeah, I agree with all these Eagles fans. I think Sirianni's got to go. Jalen's not it. I don't think Kenny Pickett is your answer either. So let's chill the fuck out. All you people rooting for baby hands out there, like, come on.
I have not heard this baby hand talk on the net.
Yeah, I have a few Eagles loyalists that I happen to work with, and they actually called for Kenny Pickett, and I threw up in my mouth a little bit, like a bird, like a little.
What I call for Kenny Pickett is to go get the fuck out of
If Kenny Pickett's ever on a team that I root for, and I hear other people calling for him to start, I'm gonna run face first into traffic.
So I got a chance to speak briefly with Mr. Michael Rizzo, and his insight to the issues going on in Philadelphia was that he doesn't necessarily think it's a Jalen Hurts thing. He thinks it's a coordinator thing. So switching up the coordinator on him, they're not allowing him to run the offense and tailor it like a Lamar in Baltimore tailors the offense to him, which I completely get. However, he turns the ball over a lot. Regardless of what system you're running, you have to protect the football at all costs.
Yeah, I completely.
Don't interceptions. You don't fumble the ball. He's doing a lot of that in spectacular fashion. So I'm going to stand here once again. I'm going to actually stand up in camera shot still to say that I am correct in my assumption and my ranking of Mr. Jalen Hurts in the preseason quarterback rankings, leaving him out of the top 10 and falling to the top 15.
Yep, accurate.
The team that they lost to, Baker Mayfield, come on, hit it with me, is a dog. No. He is loving life, and like we said it, the biggest go fuck yourself, Cleveland. I'm happy for him. He is just slinging tutties like it's his fucking job, because it is.
Yep.
In Florida, in sunny weather, not in some shitty Ohio stadium. That's all I got for him.
All needs to be said.
Bucky Irving is about 30 seconds away from leaving Rashad White in the dust, running back. He's getting way more run. Tampa Bay is to be prepared for. NFC South could run through Tampa again. Wow, another one.
Smashing bodies.
Another big completion downfield to Mike Evans. Slinging the rock. The tie game, this game is bonkers right now. I need Baker Mayfield to put up 23 more yards, though, hit the 200 mark. Keep slinging that rock, young blood. We'll move on to the next one. Your team, the Rebirth, Joe Daddy Burrow, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Look at Baker run.
Oh, my God. Just Baker Mayfield. Why couldn't he run from the cops like that?
Mm.
Imagine if he hit that dash instead of that drunken wobble and getting his face cracked into the cement.
You hate to see it. But yeah, what I tell everybody, right? They start slow. Week 4, guess what? They're fucking back. Right? Joey Burrow. He's been back. I don't know why people have been doubting him. He's been back. 2 weeks he's been back. Right? He's here. And he's showing everybody, I'm still the guy. I'm still the guy. I'm still the second best quarterback in this league. Hold my beer. Check this shit out. Big test this week. I don't want to get too crazy, but listen, it's everything's there. Zach Moss is doing his role. T's playing. That kid Iavasis is having
Yeah,
great connection, and then Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase. What more
March.
said?
Hey,
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna get paid. T. Higgins is gonna get paid too, just not by the Bengals.
that hurts, right?
It does. But listen, Iavasis can roll up to that 2 spot. I fully feel confident in him. He's not T. Higgins, but T's going to find a home as a mediocre wideout 1 somewhere and be in the pit of misery.
Dilly.
Maybe silver and black. Wouldn't hate to see that. But yeah, it's I've been saying it for weeks now. Watch out. Big test this week. Hey, listen, if they lose this week, I'm still not worried. Not worried.
Love it. Staying at stone cold conviction right there.
Ice
In
cold.
the veins. Ice cold. Ice in the veins.
Cincinnati's back and they're a problem. They're no longer, after week 1, people were looking at Cincinnati going, dub. Nah, not no more.
I mean, it's Carolina they beat. It's a good pick-me-up game. It's a good get-right game. Carolina. Does Bryce Young play another snap?
Who?
Answer my question. We'll move on. A close game that really shouldn't have been close. Couldn't cover the spread. But Houston Texans get the dub at home against Jacksonville. I'll start with Brian Thomas Jr., Jacksonville.
Stud.
That's a wide receiver 1 right there. They found a guy. Found themselves a guy. Wow, Baker Mayfield. What the fuck out of here? Juke move city. Short of the sticks, but it's all right. Listen, I need something from CJ Stroud. I know you got the number 1 wide receiver in the league, Nico Collins, firing the ball to him. But I need more from him if we're going to cash this MVP bet, right?
Listen, the sophomore slump is a real thing. And CJ Stroud is that good that his sophomore slump is this, and it's not that bad. So again, I'm not worried if I'm a Texans fan. You have so many tools in the system coming at you. It's just a beautiful thing to get to have. So
Yeah,
as the great Aaron Rodgers once said, if you're a Houston fan, relax.
I mean, right now, he's got a 98 passer rating. He's got over 1,000 yards passing, 6 tutties, 2 interceptions, a 67% completion percentage. That's good numbers right there. It's good numbers. And guess what? Our unanimous MVP, Josh Allen, came down a little bit. I think the MVP race is still open for discussion. So
yeah, it's too early. I mean, right now, if the league ended tomorrow, I think Sam Darnold's your fucking MVP.
Man, so still, go ahead. Do yourself a favor. This is a nice sponsor break right now. Take $25. Head on over to the official sports book of Dog Talk Sports. Go over to Caesar Sportsbook, smash down $25 on a CJ Stroud MVP and thank me at the end of the season. So, with that being said, let's roll on over to our next matchup. Holy moly, the Washington Commandos. Jaden Daniels. Can I hear it? Dog. Rookie dog.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden
Rookie
Daniels.
dog.
Brian Dable said it in Hard Knocks, man. He goes, he wanted that kid. And, whew.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's Washington's. It's the NFC East is Washington's to lose. So,
crazy.
I got nothing. There's that good.
I did not see this in my periph at all in the beginning of the year.
No one did.
I had Washington down as a 3 because I still didn't think the Giants had anything in the tank. But yeah, just beat the brakes off of the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, he's playing Call of Duty now. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to get his looks, but nothing special in Arizona. Washington's exciting to watch. This is it's a better version of RG3.
Yes.
RG3 was so exciting to watch, and it was so much fun for Washington at that point in time before he blew his fucking knee out. That this Jaden Daniels ride, let it go. Let's see where this kid goes. Pretty exciting stuff. Then let's hammer it on over to the Bay Area for the 49ers and Brock Purdy. Come on, Bijan, get those fucking yards. Brock Purdy smashing the New England Patriots. Patriots, we know they're going to have a high lottery pick this year. They're going to have a high pick.
Yeah, they've kind of punted on the year. You could tell. I mean, the fact of the lack of Drake May use, you could tell New England's just like they're pulling a mulligan for the year. They're like, fuck it, we're just gonna ride this out, go through the motions, see you next year, and rightfully so. I mean, you don't stand a chance. You can't compete. There's clearly frustration there. So work out the kinks. Figure out what your issues are and move on. That's really what you got.
It's a get for the Niners. I mean,
it's the perfect timing too. It's in typical Niners fashion. They're pretty banged up. They get a couple key pieces back to really kind of flex out a little bit and feel them out, and you get to have a nice meatball. So,
yeah, I agree. I mean, CMC, we're still.
I don't think we see him this year at all.
No.
I mean, we might, but I think his injury chance is so high.
That if we see him, it'll be playoffs, maybe.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, Kittle was banged up, scored a tutty. He got re-injured. He's still probably going to play this week. You're getting Debo back. Ayuk, I don't think he's done much this year.
No.
Jordan Mason.
He's on Diva watch. I mean, he had a fucking blowout with Shanahan because at practice Shanahan made him change his shorts because they were the wrong color, and he acts like a fucking baby.
I saw that.
Like that shit's embarrassing, man. You're getting paid millions of dollars to be a pro athlete, and that's the kind of example you want to set. Like,
listen, that kid that got shot when he
gets
he's a big body. I think they're going to use him a lot.
Yeah.
Also, San Francisco, dark horse for Devontae, I feel like.
Also, I think that's reasonable to say.
Devontae's a West Coast guy. That's Bay Area right there. It's his stomping grounds. But yeah, San Fran's starting to pick up steam over to the other team from formerly of the Bay Area, the team that holds Davante Adams, the Raiders.
All you, buddy.
As you can see in the Siggy right here, I need a new team because this right here is the graveyard of wide receivers that aren't past their prime. It's the graveyard for where good receivers go to get disgruntled and then get traded out and go ball out somewhere.
A la Amari Cooper.
A la Randy Moss. A la Antonio Brown for a short time before the CTE really kicked in. Dude froze his feet off and then wound up winning Super Bowls with Tom Brady. Just, I can't fathom just the wasted talent that you bring a Devontae. And you know what? This all goes, and this is my rant. I'm not even going to focus on the current Raiders right now. Josh McDaniels. Go fuck yourself. How about that? I hope that you get chlamydia of the mouth, gonorrhea of the asshole, and ruins your favorite holiday this coming October, Halloween. I know you love it, but you set this team back so much. You brought Davante Adams in to be a guy with his numero uno best bud, Derek Carr, and then you ship out Derek Carr. This is the reason why Davante came to Las Vegas, to play with DC. Shipped him off, said, see you later, and then you left Davante holding the bag like, I don't want to be that guy, but...
Yeah, I came here for you, bro.
It's not what you sold me here. You sold me on playing with my teammate from college. And then you got rid of him. So I do not fault Davante. I wish it could have worked out. Again, number 17, we'll hang it in the rafters. We'll retire it out with the rest of them, with my Derek Carr, my Khalil Mack, my Josh Jacobs. The list goes on.
I got some shitty Giants jerseys we could put in that Goodwill pile too.
We are in disarray. Trade Davante, get the most you can for him. I hope the Jets lose this week so that Rodgers is like, send a first for him. That's best case scenario. Yeah, that's my Raiders. I just heartbreaking and disappointing. We won.
I got nothing to add.
We won, which only hurts us trying to get a good quarterback. So, I mean, I'm in like the in between of like, I can't root against them, but it just hurts. It just hurts. We beat the asshole toucher. He should not be in the league. He's a piece of shit. Refs bailed us out on a call. It's all good.
You'll love to see it.
I'm living my best life right now. Also, I know you are a Jets supporter and a Bengals fan now. Speaking with one Michael Rizzo, we determined that his alternate team would be the Houston Texans. I have determined that I'm never going to go on the record, so this is an off-the-record conversation for everybody listening. If I was going to select an alternate team, it would be Dan Campbell's Gets Up Detroit Lions.
I was going to guess that. Like, that fits your personality, so.
That would be my team that I may fall on a little bit.
That's fair.
To pick me up. Because you know what? When you pick your team, when you're 6 years old, it's 1995. Somebody should warn a kid.
Yeah, somebody should have pulled you aside and been like, "There's a lot of pain coming your way, pal.
Probably would do it the same.
Go down this road. You won't feel a lot of pain till the end, till you're about mid-20s."
Onward and upward. Let's go over to the other teams in the AFC West. The first place Kansas City Chiefs just cooking, carving up the Los Angeles Chargers. Kelsey's back from the dead. Rashee Rice, your ACL. See you later. You got Patrick Mahomes throwing picks and throwing his body like a cannonball at a pile of people, and he picks up Rashee Rice's ACL. Hate to see it, right? Oh, terrible drop by Mooney. He's going to go fuck himself on that one. Yeah, Travis Kelce, back from the World Tour, off of the milk carton. World's worst haircut ever. I cannot believe he paid somebody. I hope his brother did the haircut for him.
Did the old.
He has the reverse bowl. Like
Just
he
fuck
had
me
the
up.
bowl over, and then he just hardlined it all the way around. What is that?
Bad.
I guess when you're dating a billionaire, you can
Life
do
don't matter.
it. Don't fucking matter.
Oh, block.
We got a block field goal. I need Baker Mayfield to pick up some yards, and I need Bijan Robinson to get one more catch. Yeah, that's Chiefs are chiefing right now. Didn't really.
Done. I'm done with the Chiefs, man. I got nothing on them. The refs bail them out. Rashee Rice hurts me so bad in 2 fantasy leagues. Just sucks to see. Next.
Thank you. Next, on to a Sunday night supposed to be banger. The reigning, defending, league-winning MVP Lamar Jackson and the Ravens put on a clinic against the so-called unanimous, hands-down MVP Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean, eat your fucking words.
With an 87-yard burner of a run, upright, just running through people because they're afraid to get in his way because they don't want to be on the stiff arm highlight reel.
The trains are chugging. Yeah,
Get
shout
out.
out.
Get
Shout out
out.
Derrick Henry for willing my fantasy team to putting my fantasy team on your back and just carrying it to victory. Thank God for you.
He looks rejuvenated. Oh, it's a wonder, like, just a miracle of what a good team can do for a player's confidence, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Went from the graveyard that is Tennessee and then went on over to Baltimore, where he is a dog again. Top dog.
Yeah.
You love to see that.
Love to see
it. Buffalo looking like they couldn't buy a reception. Is that rookie Keon Coleman?
Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir.
Playing like Swiss cheese hands. Can't catch a fucking ball. Josh Allen couldn't get it all done on this one. I mean, I expected more, especially after Josh Allen put on a show on, what was it, the previous Monday night against the Jags. Just pummeled them. Baltimore, aside from that loss to the Raiders, they
Crazy.
they're in mid-season form right now. This is what we're used to seeing from them in the regular season, though. Lamar Jackson running around doing crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean they have a new identity with Derrick Henry. They can do a lot of different things, and they're showing off, and I think they're finding their way. You know, they can stretch it out a little bit.
Make
They,
it easy.
they're contenders.
Then to the Monday night slot. I just
Shout out to Michael Tellup for experiencing his first in-person loss as a Dolphins season ticket holder. You should have skipped that game, Val, because you knew it just wasn't it. And that game was a stink fest.
T's and P's. Thoughts and
Will
Michael.
Levis gets hurt. Tyreek is out there fucking again fighting for his fucking life. He's on the sideline like, help me. Give me some help. I'm trying my best.
Huntley, I just running around looking like a quarterback that hasn't played in a year and a half. That's like couldn't make a throw, just inept on offense. Could really use a Baker 10-yard completion right now. Come on. Stop running. Damn it.
That's a first.
Yeah, I need him to sling the rock. I need him to hit 200.
He's gonna sling it right now.
He better. Tennessee. Miami couldn't score. What a terrible game. Terrible game. Will Levis got hurt. They brought Mason Rudolph in. This Miami team without a competent quarterback is just
Dog doo-doo.
on to next year. Not something in my crystal ball at all. Now let's go to the next Monday night game. Banger matchup.
Banger.
Possibly my future team of support. The Detroit Lions. Gassed up. Putting on an offensive clinic. Ray, wake the fuck up right now. Seattle undefeated going into the season, into this game. They got knocked around a little bit. Both teams look good.
Here's your
Both teams
pass.
look good.
Green.
Is that a pass?
Yep.
Beautiful. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game, dude. I mean, the Detroit just put their foot on the gas and go. Seattle's right there with them. I mean, they got so much talent at the receiving core. When Tyler Lockett's your 3, it's a beautiful problem to have. Kenneth Walker's back. Him and Charbonnet are just pounding the rock. Like,
offensive explosion from Detroit, though. They got the only thing they're missing right now is just to get Laporta involved a little bit more in the middle.
yeah.
And that team is that running game, that 1-2 punch, thunder and lightning. Damn, that's
Maybe something special.
yeah, big time, big time. Detroit, they're waking up. People don't want to see that. Like I said, they were my prediction from the NFC in the Super Bowl this year. I don't see why that can't happen. But yeah, I think Jared Goff is slinging the rock a little bit better. Big things in Detroit.
Yep.
That's last week. Let's get into this week. We're already in the midst of a Thursday night banger right now. I took the Bucks.
I also took the Bucks. Dano took the Bucks. And as we say that, we get a fucking Bucks turnover.
Bucks turnover. Kirko Chains got 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. Down
Curry, give it up too. Not good.
Yucky Bucky just coughed it up. Hate to see it from the rookie. Zach took somebody. Zach also took the Bucks. It's a family pick. Give me a hoorah on that one. We'll see how this game plays out. If we're still with it by the end, we'll let you know. On to the next one. We're going over to the pond. got the Minnesota Vikings. I got them beating the Jets. Zach's got them beating the Jets in London.
Dano has the Vikings beating the Jets in London.
Yikes. Hate to see that. My God.
But
Sorry. Uh-oh. Wait. This podcast resident Jets affiliate.
I'll be rocking my Aaron Rodgers jersey. It's a morning game. I'll put that bad boy on. I got time before Joey B steps out. The A-Rod jersey will be on 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to wake up, pop it on, have a bagel. Bagels fly over the bay if they flew over the sea, the seagulls.
Yeah, if they were over the sea, it would be seagulls. Oh, Kirk Cochains eating a bad sack right there.
Right. So I'm taking the Jets with the upset. This is my upset of the week. Jets are going to beat the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers is going to show out in London. He's just going to have a game. They're playing angry. They're playing pissed off after that piss poor performance. Everybody's gassed up, and Jets are going to come back firing up.
Jesus Christ. Why isn't Bijan in? You're throwing to fucking him. Are you stupid?
It was third and 19. So
what the fuck?
I don't know what they're doing.
Next game. Bears. I got Bears going over the Carolina Panthers. I know you love Andy Dalton in that retro coif that he's got looking all nice and orange. I just don't think he gets it done. Zach also agrees with me. He's taking the Bears. Dano's also taking the Bears.
I am not taking
he's not
the
taking
Bears. I'm taking Andy Dalton coming in, getting Carolina another dub, 2 wins on the season. And I just think it's going to be a veteran presence, right? Andy's going to come in there. He's played in Chicago. He's played around Chicago. He knows the system. He knows what he's doing out there. I think he's just going to play a nice game of placement football. Xavier Legette's going to get another tutty, and it's going to be an upset. Technically an upset, not my upset of the week, but it's an upset. Give me the Carolina Panthers beating the Chicago Bears.
All right. Next one. My first matchup of the week. We got Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. I hate to do this.
It's okay.
I hate to do this. I am going for fuck it. I'm switching it up right now. Fuck it. Because Dano and Zach both took the Ravens. I'm all over with the Blondie.
Fucking fired up. Let's go. Let's go.
It up.
In my matchup of the week, this is my game of the week. Joe Burrow upsets the fucking Baltimore Ravens, shows out, brings the Bengals back to fucking 3-2.
Oh, ugly.
What a pick.
And that's
game.
Scheme points match.
Oh no, Falcons got 3 timeouts, so
it's game. It's over. I can't fucking believe this. Ruined my parlay.
You hate to see it.
My God. 4 yards I needed from Bijan Robinson on receiving and like 10 passing yards from Baker Mayfield.
But anyway, 2 versus 2, Cincy, Baltimore. Let's go.
It's a banger. Yeah, I'm going to go. I got to go Cincinnati. I got to go with you, my boy. Next one, shout out Michael Tellup. I'm sorry. I can't take the Miami Dolphins until they have a quarterback. I don't even know if Snoop Huntley is their quarterback this week. Well, who knows? Maybe Tellup tried out while he was down there.
I think he might
have. His jersey because he owns a jersey and they let him sling the rock. I don't know. Put a guardian cap on him. Take care of his shoulders. Let's go. Tellup. Get out there. Until then, I'm taking the Pats.
Dano also took the Pats.
And Zachary also took the Pats.
In a trend. I'm not taking the Pats. I'm going Miami.
Go Miami.
I'm
Go.
going Miami. I am going against this week, man. Listen, Tyler Huntley's first game back was last week. He had like 3 days to get ready, right? No one he had no expectations of them to look good. I do think the Patriots are bottom feeders. They are dog shit. Miami without a quarterback, not good either. But you still have the better weapons on Miami. You have Jalen Waddle. You have Tyreek Hill. You have Devin A. Chain. You have the pieces are there. You just got to use it. So for me alone, I'm going off the skill and talent is on Miami. The quarterback needs to play mediocre at best to get it by. Better than he played last week. So give me Miami beating the Pats.
Yikes, you got a holding call right here in this game. So maybe Baker throws it 2nd and long. All right, let's keep us going here. On to the next one. Washington going to smash the Cleveland Steamers. The asshole toucher. This could be. He plays any worse. How does Cleveland move on from him?
So Dano has the Browns winning.
Dano's delusional.
Yeah, I don't see how they win. I think it's just a matter of time before he ends up back on the commissioner list. I think it's going to be done for him. I don't think you need to move on for him. I think he's going to be put on the NFI list. His contract's going to be voided out with criminal allegations, and then the Browns move on. I think that's the future in Cleveland. Dano's got the Browns. I have Indy.
All right. Zacho also took Washington.
Oh, I'm sorry, Washington. Yeah, I have Washington. Sorry, not Indy.
Going to the Indy game. It's my upset of the week because it's so close. Jacksonville, I'm taking the over to beat. I have them going over on Indy. It's a small margin. There wasn't many upsets that spoke to me, but Jacksonville, they got to get right at some point. They're 0-4. This is the week to get their first dub. Zach's also taking the Jags, and Dano's taking the Colts.
I am taking the Jags. Totally agree.
T lost time, right? He's got to get one.
It's either T lost time or T lost.
Yeah, this will be a good matchup to really prove it. Next on to my second matchup of the week. MVP battle, I guess. The MVP Bowl. Your unanimous MVP, Josh Allen in the Buffalo Bills. They're going to get beat by my MVP. Dog Talk Sports' sponsored MVP, CJ Stroud in the Houston Texans. I got Texans. Dano's got Texans.
I got Texans.
You got Texans. Family pick. Zach's got Texans. Believers. Believe that right there.
Yeah.
On to the next one. Las Vegas, Denver, Bono. I'll never go against the Raiders on this podcast. So book it down. I got the Raiders.
Like you said, I mean, Bono. Dano again picks the Broncos. I think Vegas is the better team here. I don't see how. I mean, unless Bo pulls out some magic shit out of his ass, I don't see him. You know, the only way the Raiders lose is when the Raiders beat themselves, right? They beat themselves. That's how they lose. This is it's not a hard game to win. You literally got to get. I mean, we know Devontae's out, so get Trey Tucker the ball, get Zamir White running, and just go win your style of game and get the fuck out of Dodge.
Bijan, check down. No, don't check down the Pitts. Oh, fuck. Check down the Bijan, you son of a bitch. Kick the field goal, go into overtime so Baker can throw in overtime. Let's cash some parlays. All right, yeah. Zach took the Raiders. I appreciate that. Dano, me and you are fighting right now. Why? Bono. That's over the middle. Stop throwing it to Mooney. First down. Kirko Chains. Next one. I got the Niners going over Arizona. It's another cook fest. Brock Purdy.
Niners. Dano's got the Niners too.
Oh, check down to the other fucking way. Oh, and a fumble out of bounds.
Oof.
This game is going wild right now. Zach, I don't know who he took. Zach took also the 49ers family pick. It's a no-brainer. On to Green Bay versus the Rams. I'm taking Green Bay. Zach is taking the Packers. Dano taking the Packers. Ray, the outlier.
Kyron, baby. Kyron Williams show. The Rams are going to come in. The Packers, they're not going to play great. Kyron Williams is going to will the Rams to a win single-handedly.
You heard it first on here.
Book it. Anytime Tud, Kyron Williams.
Oh, yeah, book that. On to the next one. My blowout of the week. Seattle over the G-Men. Doesn't get easier than this. Gino's got the weapons, the triple threat. He's got JSN, Lockett, DK, Walker running the ball.
So I agree with you. I think Seattle's going to win. I don't have it as a blowout. I think it's going to be a win. I actually have no blowouts this week. But for some reason, Dan DePietro picked the New York Giants. I think it's a Dan thing. I think he has a man crush on Dan Jones, and him and Dan Jones are going to play double Dutch rudder one day.
He just loves to.
Scared money don't make money. You bet like everybody else, you're gonna lose like everybody else. But this is crazy. You don't bet on the Giants. Get out of here.
This is. I got nothing but a hope and a prayer left.
This is a Hail Mary. This is a fuck it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Zach has Seattle winning as well. Go to the Sunday night matchup. I have them boys beating Pittsburgh. I feel like Dak gets it alive, gets the mojo flowing. Zach's taking the Steelers.
Dano's picking the Cowboys. I'm also picking the Cowboys.
Yeah, we them boys.
Yeah, I think that defense is stout, but I think Dak knows how to overcome it, man. I think Dak knows how to get rid of and manipulate that defense to do what he wants. So I'm going Dallas.
Yeah, look for, I think CD's going to have one of those CD games.
Yep.
And then to the Monday night rollout, Kansas City. I got him winning.
Yep.
I got him beating Nola. Another 5-0 start for Patty and the boys. Dano
wins Saints.
Smoking that Texas good. He's got the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. As long as the refs exist, Kansas City's always going to have penalties go their way and be favored. So until there's another day that comes, I can't.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this is getting interesting real fast. 1 second on the clock. Young Wei Koo to come tie it up.
We're going to overtime. He's got to kick this field goal.
Now remember, there's been a blocked field goal tonight. I think Koo has missed a couple.
He missed one and got one blocked. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the pod right now, we need this field goal to go through. Send us to some extra time because right now, as it stands, Baker is sitting at 180 yards. We need 20 yards from him to hit, and we also need Brian Robinson to have 4 more receiving yards. So let's throw some good juji out there. Yeah. And overtime rules. How does that work? Both teams get a shot?
Touchdown and it's over.
All right. That scares me a little bit. But anyway, so yeah, that's it. Right. What is your fantasy sleeper of the week?
My fantasy sleeper of the week is Chase Brown.
Brown. All right. We're going with it. We're going with it. My fantasy sleeper of the week is Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's going to have a monster day against Indy. Zach's fantasy sleeper was DJ Moore. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 52-yard field goal. We got a timeout. They're icing them. While we're icing, fantasy player of the week, Zach's going with DK Metcalf. I'm going with my boy CJ Stroud. MVP battle up for grabs. He's going to smash it down. Ray, who do you got?
Derrick Henry.
Oh, big Derrick Henry. Yeah, I mean, after the week he had last week, he is just going to roll. Before we cut it short, I want to shout out a new listener to the pod, Mr. Dave Gargiulo.
Okay.
Shout out to you. Cuddled up on the couch, snuggied up, got the pod rolling. Love it. Thank you for supporting. Shout out. Take the time, head on over to YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe, follow us on the IG, like our shit, comment on our shit, hit us on Spotify. Bang! Game tying field goal goes through the uppies. We're going to overtime. We're running out of time here, though.
The game's going to overtime. Podcast is not.
Podcast is not going to overtime. We'll hit you up next week. We'll let you know how it made out. Maybe we cash some parlays. Who knows? Like, subscribe. 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal. 1,000 subscribers. That guy right there. Toop alert.
Yeah, the Toop we'll talk about.
Yeah, all right. That's right. He gets a Toop. I'll fucking braid my hair or something. I'll grow the mustache, handlebars. How about that?
I like it.
Thank you for supporting us. We love you. Dano, Zach, they send their love for me.
We don't.
That's Tremor.
We send your excuses packing somewhere else. Beat it. Get back to work.
Beat it. This was the Dirty
Dog
Talk episode. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Hoorah!